Okay, guys. Thanks for taking time out of your night and coming on, Grue, and I appreciate it. So thanks for coming on.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having
Glad to be
us.
here.
Definitely, yeah. So like the first thing I wanted to ask is for it's it's Jared, right?
Yeah, Jared. Yeah,
Jared. Okay, sorry.
Jared. Yeah.
Well, the first question is for you. What inspired you to want to write and make this horror thriller?
Yeah. So Tim and I, we got together in 2020, kind of late 2020, and decided, hey, let's do something because people are kind of just sitting around, not working, and we're getting anxious. We're a little bit unfulfilled with what we've been doing lately. So, let's construct something that we can see through to the end ourselves, right? So, in doing that, it meant kind of limiting the scale of the project we were going to work on, which uh, made us end up working on shooting on one location at a house. So we decided to surround that with a couple that was, they're having a failing relationship, and then from there we just started adding on the different elements of the story. What was nice is that we were able to do this truly indie by ourselves. So it was nice to just kind of play around in a sandbox and throw ideas at each other, and out came the Hive.
Wow, okay.
Yeah,
Because it it definitely has like a um I love this thriller film that was made like years ago. Liv Tyler stars in it. The
the strangers.
Strangers, and
Yeah,
it
yeah,
it, it definitely like this movie reminded me a lot of that film. Like, did you go back and watch films like that to
yeah,
get you ready for this?
yeah. You hit the nail on the head. Strangers was definitely one of those that I kind of went back to, and try to get a bit of that feel in this. Once we landed on what the final plot was going to be, the home invasion type thing.
Yeah.
Strangers was definitely one of those ones that I went back to, because that is, as you said, it's a truly eerie,
Oh my God,
and
yes.
on top of it, it was pretty much done kind of the same way we wanted to do this, surrounding a couple in a house. So it was one of those perfect ones that you can go back to and get some reference ideas from.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, both films are great. Your film and that one.
Thank you.
And,
Uh,
Timothy.
so
Oh, sorry.
sorry, I thought I heard you say something. Sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. No, I thought you were gonna say, Tim, like, what drew you to the role? Like, what do you like uh about playing the role?
I just like that we made the relationship very realistic, kept it real because everyone wants this fairy tale. Oh, people are doing so well. And then it goes bad.
Yeah.
And then they have a miracle and it goes well again. But but that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to keep it very real. And if you've been in a lot of relationships, I think you're going to relate to a lot of things in the movie because their relationship in the movie hadn't been good for a very long time, and they have two kids. So a lot of times in relationships, because of the kids, relationships will last even longer. And you also have all the social influences, like what are my friends going to think? Uh what's my family going to think?
Yeah.
So you have all these social influences and everything that's keeping, two people together. And so it kind of shows in this relationship because it's just dragging on. And we wanted to make it very real with just little touches of maybe, like little glimpses into like maybe things could change, just
Yeah.
maybe. But nothing crazy profound that's not as grounded in real life, because a lot of times when the ship has sailed, most likely it's gonna, head out.
Yeah. Most likely, most of the times, yeah.
So for that reason, that's kind of the direction we decided to go with Albie and Penny.
Hmm.
And it's funny because we've gotten a lot of comments with it, on how it is, but I mean, we were very content with it because we knew where we were coming from with it.
Okay.
And if you don't know, you might be hoping for one of those normal, like, normal big budget movie where happily ever after, oh, things go so bad, oh,
Yeah.
happily ever after again. Um, so regarding that aspect, I was very intrigued by it. But I mean, I was kicking ideas with Jared and
Okay.
going back and forth with him when he was writing it. He came up with this idea, and then he started writing it, and we already had in our minds like, okay, this is it. We're gonna make this, and we did it very quick. And like I said, we wanted it as real as possible
Yeah.
regarding the relationship. And if you actually watch the whole movie and then you take a step back and you think about relationships, the whole movie can be tied into a relationship. And one person said, that I remember clearly from another interview, is that sometimes you feel like an alien in your own home.
That's that's a really good point. That really is, yeah.
So, and also people also said, how are they not noticing all these things going wrong?
Hmm.
And when you really think deep down in a relationship, when things are going bad, and all this is like corroding your mind, you don't even realize some of the things that are going on in your real life.
Oh yeah.
They're just missed because of all the problems you're having. And so that's something serious to think about too. But all those things really, got me going with this. And me and Jared, obviously we had talks back and forth, and this is kind of what we fell upon.
Okay. Wow. Well, I'm glad you both came came up with some great stuff because the Hive was really good, and it definitely has like a lot of good thriller elements. And I mean, me, like, I it seems like it's horror thriller mix. Like, I won't say it's like strictly horror, strictly thriller, because it definitely has both like vibes in it.
It's definitely a mixed genre movie,
Yeah.
which can make some people not like it.
Yeah, some people, they want something a little bit more easier to take down, but or easier to digest. But I think, intentionally from the very beginning, we were like, we don't, again, not having to deal with the studio, being able to do this on our own
Mhm.
independently. We were like, hey, let's just let the story be what it wants, and it
Oh yeah.
really just kind of just you know elevated itself into what it wanted to be, rather than us saying, okay, we need to follow this cookie cutter way of making a horror, or a cookie cutter way of making a thriller or sci-fi or
Mhm.
drama or whatever. We wanted to do what sounded fun to us, and it definitely ended up being fun.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one more thing to add to that. Um, I think the main thing that you have to realize about this movie is that it's a truly independent movie. So
Hmm.
there's no big investor, there's no big studio, no small studio. It's just two guys that were like, let's put all our money into this and make it. And I kind of think that's what the industry is missing a lot, because everyone's sitting back and they're waiting for that big investor.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
waiting for a studio. And so just from an independent film standpoint, we've talked to a lot of people that watch a lot of indie films, and just from that standpoint, they appreciate it so much more because of that. Because it was just two guys like, hey, we're gonna go do this. We're putting all our money into it, and let's go.
And like what I like too about it is the film definitely feels uh like big block 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 blockbuster film that millions of dollars went into it. Like, it definitely has that kind of feeling because it was made like really well, and you
Thank
can't
you.
even tell it wasn't like a big budget film.
Thank you. Yeah, that was our approach from the beginning. You know, we're like, hey, let's do this our way, let's do this indie, but at the same time, let's do it as best as we possibly can, to where the viewer won't start questioning things because you know, it looks a little shabby, or they might start doing the whole thing where they say, oh, this is good for an indie, or
Yeah,
this is good for a
exactly.
micro budget, or you know,
Exactly.
um, we wanted to kind of just step away from that and do it to where you don't question things like that. It's just a movie. It's just a good looking movie, you know. So thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah, definitely, of course. And Tim, I got another one for you. Like that it if anyone sees the film, like it definitely starts out like you were saying with the people having trouble, like you and your girl having trouble, relationship issues, and but then it turns into something much more than that, and it becomes like a thriller, a horror. And how was it like sharing those like scary, intense scenes with Christy?
Um, I mean, honestly, it made it a lot easier because the strange man and the strange woman did such a good job.
Yeah,
Miles and Julianne, they were very good, and it made it easier to be in the moment. And the interesting thing is when Jared wrote this and we were talking back and forth, he already had everyone in mind who he was going to cast,
oh okay.
except for Penny. So he already had everyone. So everyone was pretty much cast, and then all of a sudden we have to cast the lead girl together, and we ended up going with her, and we really liked what she did, but we really needed a young woman that's believable to have kids, kind of looks homey, but also could be an actress at the same time, and we ended up casting her, and so she did a really good job too. So I just think the main people, actually, I think everyone in the film did a really good job for what we wanted, and uh, you know, everyone will have their comments,
Oh, of
but,
course.
but trust me, everyone did what we wanted. Like that, Jared had a vision, and he was there making sure that the vision was coming to fruition. So
Yeah, everyone was spot on, from the Albie character down to, you know, the neighbor next door. Everyone really got what we were doing, and you know, it came out splendid. So yeah.
Definitely did. And this question is for the both of you. Like, what do you love most about making the film and showing it to the fans?
Well, for me, again, you know, I'll kind of reiterate that I think the best thing about making this was we got to do it how we wanted to do it. You know,
Definitely.
there wasn't you don't get very many opportunities where you have to work in a big group like this,
Mhm.
or making movies like this where you can just kind of, as I said before, kind of play in a sandbox and, you know, just act like kids having fun, rather than having to adhere to some executives, or, you know, some people that funded something, or whatever. So being able to just truly go out there and say, hey, wouldn't this be fun? Hey, wouldn't this be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if, you know, we did this or that? You know, everyone, you know, kind of says, yeah, that'd be fun, you know. So that's, I think, the best, as a whole, generically, that's the best thing that happened, I think, with this. And it's fun to see people get that when their comments after watching it, they can totally feel that out of the film.
what was the question one more time?
Uh, like, what did you love most about making the film, like being in it, showing the fans it?
um I think anytime that you're able to create something and put it out there at a certain level,
Mm-hmm.
that's the best thing possible, because usually as an actor you're always acting in other people's projects, other people's stories, which, let's say you're the caretaker, but when you're actually there doing it, that's your baby.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
you're living in the moment what you want to be living in. And that really makes it special. And I was just so happy that uh I was happy that I was able to work with someone that was enjoyable, that I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
work with, and we were able to create this together the way that we wanted to do it, without any outside influence, which is, I guess, hard to do. And also, like you said, like, for just two guys going out and do something, it came out great. And you could say it, has, a really big budget quality.
Oh, it definitely does. Yeah.
But I also think that's the funny part, because a lot of people, I think what they'll do is compare this movie to some big budget movie that a studio did that uh, is supposed to follow the guidelines of certain genres and certain ways movies should be and characters should develop. And that's not what this is. This is two guys made this film the way they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted We wanted to really have realism in the relationship and have the characters develop the way we wanted to. And we wanted to include stuff in the story that we felt was necessary and the right things to tell the story the way we wanted.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. And I know my time is coming up, so I'm just going to ask one last question is where can fans watch the movie and follow you both at?
Um, I'll go for that, I guess. So the movie's on Vudu.com, and it's also on Amazon. Uh, it was under independent movies. I think it still is under the independent movie section on Vudu, but also you can just search the Hive and it'll pop up. Amazon, search the Hive, the movie will pop up. And it's also on cable providers on video on demand. So Comcast, Spectrum, Charter, Cox. But as far as like ease of doing it, just go online, go to Vudu or Amazon, type it in, and it'll go straight to it. And we appreciate everyone for watching. And if you can write a review or give it a rating, that would be great too.
Definitely.
We're not shy to get honest reviews. So
And where can fans follow you both at?
Uh, Tim's a more social media guy, so you can find Tim everywhere, and you could follow us on the Hive movie.
yeah,
Uh,
so on TikTok and then also Instagram at the Hive Movie. And then if you want to follow Jared on Instagram, his Instagram is
it's J Anthony Almond at J Anthony Almond, right? I think that's what it
It's like
is.
right.
Yeah,
that's how directors use social media.
yeah.
You can follow me at I am Timothy Haug on all social media platforms, and yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you both so much for taking time out and coming on. It was great chatting, and everyone go watch The Hive. It's a good horror thriller.
Can I ask you one
Yeah,
question
go watch
Yeah.
it.
before we leave? Uh, what was your favorite part of the movie if you had to pick one?
Ooh, that is a good question.
He's got you. He's
Ah,
got you.
yeah, yeah. I'm trying to, let me see. I don't know, cause like eh, there's so many elements in it. Like I was telling Jared that it definitely reminded me a lot of the Strangers. So that definitely like the scenes with you with your character and your girl and the two in intruders, like anything with that, like any interactions that you guys had, and it just showed so well on the screen. Like it definitely brings like the horror thriller out, like at anytime you're on the screen.
All right, thank you. Sorry for putting you on the spot like
Nah,
that.
nah, 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 it's all right. Oh, well,
Cool.
definitely
Thanks,
Thank you.
have a great
Rocco.
night. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Rocco.
You got it.
Great chatting with you.
Definitely. And have a great night.
You
You
too,
too.
man.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, we have to hit stop.